we rolling?
I like
All
that.
right.
I like that. I like that.
We're all
I like
rolling.
that.
Well,
Well, that's good.
Cordeus, thanks for being here today.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having
I
me.
appreciate it. Yeah, always, man. How do you deal with the ups and downs of motivation?
It's not. How to explain it? How to do those? I think I'm just in the zone, man. I think I just zone in, and I know what I have to do, and I have to get it done. I think even though I don't say much, I'm kind of a quiet guy. Okay. You see me in the gym, you know, I'm pretty focused.
Well, I appreciate you coming on here.
I'm pretty focused, whether I'm in prep or not in prep. Mm-hmm. I'm in my own space. I'm kind of and so I think for me, it's just something that I do. Yeah. I know, even though I don't talk much, I see other people watching me, and I know, like, man, that guy's in here every day. He's putting in the work. He doesn't say much to anybody, but you know, I want to go see if I can get a little bit of information from him to see how he got to where he's at and how he's doing it.
What do you usually tell people if they come up to you and ask for advice?
You have to have a plan. Yeah. You have to have a plan. Whatever it is that you want to do, it doesn't matter what it is in life. Whatever your dream is, you have to have a plan. You have to have and then not only you have to have a plan, you have to execute the plan. Even the days you don't want to do it, like how important is it to you? How bad do you want it? Some of the young kids come ask me like, I want to look like you. What do I have to do? And then you tell them, and it's like, oh, it's a lot. I'm like, yeah, it's a lot of sacrifice. It's a lot of time. It's a lot of effort. You gotta, you know, I have a coach, and he implements the plan, and then I just do it. I just do it, and he doesn't have to worry about me. Yeah. If I have any questions for him, I'll ask him. He'll reach out to me. But other than that, man, it's just a.
I've always thought that was a weird concept, like a bodybuilding coach. Like once you're a pro, you obviously know what you're doing. What advantages would you say you get from that, and what's the role?
For me, I have a wife, 2 kids. I also have a job. Yeah. So bodybuilding it's an expensive sport. Mm-hmm. It takes up a lot of time. I just like having somebody in my corner that can just tell me, hey, this is what we need to do to get to where we need to go. Yeah. And I can just go, okay, I can go to the gym and get it done. I've had the same bodybuilding coach for 10 years. He's had control of my body for 10 years. Wow. I think May would be 10 years for us. It's my first show, 2015 in Wichita, Midway. And yeah, it's just something that's just easy for me. It's a little more convenient. Obviously, I can do the meal planning and stuff and track my macros and things like that. But for me, I think it's just easier if I have somebody in my corner that can do it for me. And the perk is I'm sponsored by it,
so that helps.
Which is nice.
Was the goal always bodybuilding, or did you just like the gym and then eventually you're like, I kind of wanted to compete?
No, believe it or not, man, I hated the gym.
Really?
I played high school football, high school basketball, never lifted a weight. I even played small college basketball for a little bit. Tried to avoid the gym as much as possible. But, you know, one thing about life, a lot of lessons you learn is just going through life. And sometimes life hits you hard. Mm-hmm. And it's not I'm out. It's just about how many times you can get back up after it's knocked you down so many times. And I think I had one particular time in my life where it just like knocked me down. Yeah. And I had to figure out a way how to get out of it. And I was already kind of lifting a little bit after I got married. Okay. Just going to the gym. I didn't want to let myself go after I got married, you know. So I started lifting, but then after that moment in my life where I was just like kind of down, I found my coach and I started like implementing the nutrition part, which is, without a shadow of a doubt, is like 90% of it. Mm-hmm. Like if you're not putting the fuel, not getting the rest, not getting your supplements in, not you know, definitely the food. And
it's everything, isn't it? Like,
it's everything.
I had a question down here about like the 24/7 nature of the sport that you do. I feel like if you play another sport, you're not constantly like dialed into it.
Right.
Like when you're not on the practice court or the field or whatever.
For sure.
It's not like over consuming, but I feel like with bodybuilding, it's like your sleep, your your diet, like everything you put in your body.
Yes.
I don't think every athlete has to track every gram of food that they eat, you know?
For sure.
And so does that get overwhelming, just the aspect that it's all over like your life?
Yeah, the initial part gets overwhelming because, like I said, you like anything, you have to plan. Like meal prepping is a staple for bodybuilders. Buying all the chicken, buying all the beef, getting the rice, potatoes, whatever it is that you need to eat. For me, I, go to the grocery store on Thursdays and I get all the meals I need for the week because I eat the same thing every day for a week.
Does that get boring?
It doesn't.
Can you really?
It doesn't.
You can tolerate it.
I can tolerate it.
All right.
You're 10 years, man. Yeah, I can tolerate it. So,
Yeah.
and there's things, obviously, you can, if you track your macros, there's things you can add in and take out and whatever. And so it's more, obviously, it's a lifestyle, and it's more strict when you're in prep. If you're in off season, you have a little bit more leeway to make adjustments and eat things that you may miss during prep season, but at the same time you have to get back on the grind. I may have off season, I may have 1 or 2 meals a week that are not on plan, but then I have to get back on track the next couple days or whatever. So nutrition is key.
Do you ever eat something and not tell your coach? I mean, he might not see this.
Sometimes, yeah. But he knows that I know what I'm doing and that I'll get right back to work. Because I'm almost like, I guess you would say, bodybuilders, if they have coaches, or even just bodybuilders, period. They're walking billboards. Yeah. They're advertising themselves to somebody who maybe wants to be, not even necessarily a bodybuilder, but just wants to change their lifestyle, to eat healthier, to just get in the groove of a healthier lifestyle. Yeah. So I think for us bodybuilders, we do go to the extreme with what we do with cardio and food and things like that. But it's just something we enjoy.
Yeah.
We enjoy doing.
What lessons do you think you've learned from bodybuilding that you could take out into your life? Like, where do you primarily see that? Whether that's like discipline or motivation or just.
It's the discipline.
Is that?
It's the discipline. Like you. If you want to have something, if you want to do something, like anything, you have to have the discipline to do it. Right now I have a show coming up, so I know that I need my sleep. I know that I can't go out. I know that I can't eat this. I know I just can't. You miss out on a lot of things, celebrating with friends or going to dinner or just things you just can't do because once show day shows up, it'll show. It'll show whether or not you took it serious or not, and they'll let you know by the placings. Either you're not going to get placed, or you're just going to just step off stage and be like, well, I didn't do as well as I thought I did, and that's some of that's motivation too. Some motivation for me is like I don't want to do bad. I don't want to do bad. I don't want to let my coach down. I don't want to let myself down. My kids are looking up to me and they're like, man, Dad's just. That's just the way Dad is. And he's just so disciplined with his food and things like that. And so hopefully down the road, it shows them like, I can do this if, I have all the tools. I have all the experience with my dad being a bodybuilder and staying on track and doing the things. And I talk to my kids about that. Like you have to be disciplined in anything in life if you want it that bad. So
yeah, I have down here, if you don't sacrifice for what you want, then what you want becomes the sacrifice.
Right. So I'm hoping it's a lot of sacrifices. Like I said, missing out on things, but like I said, hopefully the people who realize what I'm doing is a goal for me, and I don't want people to feel like I don't see them. I don't want to. How do I say this? I want to feel like I don't care about what they have going on. I do. It's just I have my own personal goal, my own.
And it's not like you're giving up your whole life. Like, you were talking to me about the weekend that you had, celebrated your birthday, happy belated, by the way.
I appreciate it.
You watched your Eagles win the Super Bowl. So it's not like you're missing out on life. It's just certain sacrifices that, you prioritize.
For sure. And I have to take, when it's prep season, I have to take my food with me wherever I go.
That's crazy.
Even if we go to restaurants, I got my carry-on thing and a little thing. And I may order water, something small. If I can get some vegetables from there, I may add that to my meal. But other than that, man, I got my Tupperware with me, and I just pull it out, and everybody else is eating. I'm eating when I need to eat, and I just tell people don't feel sorry for me that I'm not eating what you guys are eating, or like I choose to do this. This is my choice. One of the greatest thing my mom told me before she passed away, all through my life, is life's all about choices. And whether you make a good choice or bad choice, it's all about choices. Every choice has a consequence, whether it's good or bad. And so that's one of the things I carry with me every day. And this, like I said, this bodybuilding thing is a choice. So
yeah. Kind of on that same, you mentioned you have a show coming up.
Yep.
I've said it a few times that you're a pro bodybuilder, but for anybody who doesn't know, that doesn't mean that you've just entered a bodybuilding competition. Talk to me about the road to getting your pro card, and then how, like, I know it's super unrealistic. Like, it's super hard to get.
It's hard to get.
You can enter as many shows as you want
Right.
and never become a pro.
Right.
So
Correct.
what's that process like? And
So you have to
selective?
win there's regional shows all over the place.
Okay.
Each region has its own, I guess, it's a promoter. I forget who is ours. I know Jack Titoni is close, and Kim Seeley is close. So what you do is you sign up for a regional show, and then you have to place, I think the rules now is, I think it's the top 5 in your class, which qualifies you for nationals. But I'll say right now, if you don't win your class, or you're not even close to the overall, there's no point in even you trying to go to nationals, because you're going to get sent home real quick.
Yeah.
There's only a few national shows across the country. I know South Carolina, Vegas, Miami. I think there's one in Pittsburgh, and then Chicago. So certain shows, you have to win your class, or you have to come in second in your class. So it's either first or second, depending on what show you do, to get your pro card. Now, depending on how many guys show up, that's how many guys you're competing against. So, and it goes by height and weight. So it used to be, when I was competing, there was no height and weight cap. You can go from, I think it was just, sorry, let me take it back. There was a height cap. There was no weight cap. So Class A, and remember, guys close up with Class A to Class F, and it goes from 5 whatever all the way up to 6 whatever. And so then they group you. So you may have 15 guys in your class, you may have 30 or 40 guys in your class, and it just goes down the line. So with that's how you win a pro card, and then after that, obviously you become a pro, and then you compete on the pro circuit, and where all the
Does that look a lot different?
It's a lot different. Okay. It's a lot different. A lot of the big dogs are there, and once again, you'll get humbled from nationals to pro level. There are only a select few pro shows across the country, depending on what you're doing, whether it's open bodybuilding or classic physique or men's physique or whatever. So certain shows have certain pro level classes. The one I'm planning on doing here April 26th is the Wasatch Warrior in Utah, and that is the open, which is pretty much anybody who wants to join that class. And then there's the master's class, which is 40 and over, which is what I'm doing. So I have that one April 26th, and then possibly, which is the Emerald Cup, the following weekend in Washington. It's a master's show, 40 plus over.
Yeah.
And then I'm also doing the next day.
You got busy.
Yeah. The next day I'm going to do the Emerald Cup Natural Pro.
Okay.
So I'm still natural, still competing at a natural level.
Wow. How many pros are natural? Is that like
I don't know.
an uncommon thing? Are most of them enhanced, would you say?
I don't want to say yes, and I don't want to say no.
Do you have to compete against?
I do have to compete against enhanced guys, and it's. I have no quarrel. I have no animosity towards those guys. Just different strokes for different folks, I guess. So,
yeah, sure.
But I know some guys, they like, obviously you want to be at your peak level. You want to see what that looks like.
Yeah.
And enhancing yourself may get you to that next level, what you want to do. It doesn't mean you're going to look your best. You can have a natural guy show up who's not on anything and then just totally destroy somebody that's on stuff. because you still have to put in the work. Just because you're using that stuff doesn't mean it's just gonna come to you. You still gotta eat, you still gotta sleep, you still gotta lift. But I have I have toyed with the idea.
Yeah. I was gonna say, like, you had to have come across a time where you're like thinking about it.
I've had moments where I'm just like, man, it's not. Am I gonna be able to hang? Am I gonna be, why am I doing all this if, the next person is using just a little bit to give them that extra edge. And I talked to my coach about it, and he told me, he's like, we don't need it. We don't need it. He said in the long run, it's probably going to do more damage than it is any good for us. So I've kind of just stuck with that. I take some pride in being natural.
Yeah.
It's just, and I'm also like, with my family history, I'm a little bit worried about it.
Really?
So like heart disease.
Because at the end of the day, you're probably trying to lift to stay healthy as opposed to,
right.
Right. So
there's a list of things that, I'm afraid of trying. Obviously, a lot of those guys, they get their, I get my blood work checked every week or every year to make sure everything's in normal. I think if you're doing it right, it's okay.
But then the guys who are like, some people probably abuse it.
Some people
trouble.
do abuse it, and it affects them in the long run.
Yeah.
I've heard guys say, I wish I wouldn't have got on it. I've heard guys say, I wish I would have got on it. So I'm just, I think I'm good where I'm at.
I do too. I mean,
I think I'm good where I'm at.
You've had pretty good results over the years.
I've had pretty good results.
Probably happy with that. But so you got your pro card. That's most people's goal.
No.
And then now you're still competing. Is there another goal you have in mind, in sight?
Yeah. So I'm trying to qualify for Masters Olympia.
Okay.
Which is in Tokyo.
Wow.
That's in August. I missed it by one spot in September.
Really?
Yep. Missed it by one spot in September. So that's the goal now, and I think I'm trying to compete early in the season. So hopefully I can get it done so I can, relax until it's time to fire up again, because it's not till August. It's only the next show I have, like I said, is in April. So it gives me some time to qualify for that. So that is my next goal. After that, I don't know. I haven't toyed with the idea. I told my wife, I know she's probably ready for me to be done, but I told my wife, maybe, I don't know, I may have 2 or 3 more years of competing. That would put me at close to 45.
Wow.
45-ish. And so the kids are getting older. Coaching my son's flag football team, so it takes time to
do the refs give you all the calls there? They see you on the sideline, they're like, all right,
No, I'm even then I'm pretty mellow.
Yeah,
even on the field. So it's just I think I have some other things that kind of been planned. I just don't know what they are yet.
So I see all this stuff about when guys finish competing at a show, they have a crumble cookie or they have a honey bun. What's your go-to post-show first thing you're eating?
Usually after show, sushi.
Okay, wow.
Sushi is one of my, it's still healthy.
Yeah.
Sushi. I like an old-fashioned. I'm definitely an old-fashioned guy.
Okay.
I like key lime pie. Wings. Definitely wings.
Do you go crazy the days after a show, or do you have to do a clean?
I have to do. So I have maybe a day and a half, and try to still get my protein in, obviously, and then enjoy some meals with the family, catch up with some friends, go out a little bit. But usually a day and a half to 2 days is my max, and then I have to go back into reverse diet, obviously, slowly adding carbs, fats back into my diet week by week, still maintaining high cardio, and then tapering off the cardio as I'm adding carbs, and still training, still lifting, so my body doesn't, blow up. Some guys, they just go out and indulge in 2 or 3 weeks.
Just blow
up.
Yeah.
Blow up. Obviously, you see, man, that guy was 180 last week. Now he's 220. What happened? No, reverse diet. stopped doing cardio, and just didn't take care of himself. And so I've learned over the course of 10 years and being with Coach, this reverse dieting is probably one of the most important things to do after a show. Obviously, you also have post-show blues. You know, I did all this work for 6 months and I was shredded and whatever, and now in a month and a half it's all gone and I'm back to normal. But it's once you get over that hump, once you do it so many times, it's you just get used to it. Yeah. So
what's the mental battle like when you're that low body fat and you're in like peak week, for example?
After a while, man, you're kind of in a daze, kind of in a cloud, and you're just like just go, like just feel like you're there but you're not there, and you're just going through it, but you know you have to finish it out. You did all the work, you put all the time in, and it's the goal you had. I mean, you just got to finish it out. You don't want to quit. But after the first month of prep, it's just getting in the groove. Month and a half, first getting in the groove, and then once you're in a groove and you start seeing like cuts, leanness, you're like, oh, okay, now I'm starting to, you know, start things coming together, and then that lasts like 6 to 8 weeks where you don't have a whole lot of fat, a whole lot of, you know, carbs, whatever, and then you're doing all the cardio, and then that's when it becomes like a mental game. Like, how much longer can I do this? I only have 6 meals, but I only got 200 carbs and, you know, 40 some fats, and like I'm starving all the time, and it's just buckle down.
Yeah, that's a battle.
That's just buckle down. How bad do you want it? You're also like irritable, cranky. You don't want to be around people. But like I said, at the end of the day, man, you made this choice. You made this choice to do it. You can't take it out on other people because you don't want to eat, because you have a goal in mind, right? So I think you have to be obviously mentally tough to do it, just like anything you want to do. You gotta have some mental toughness, and then you also can't take it out on the people who you care about, who you love, and because it makes it difficult for them. You're suffering, so there's no reason for you to make them suffer too. So
that's good.
Yeah.
We'll get back talking to Cordeus in a minute, but I just want to take 1 second to thank the supporter of this episode, which is Crunch Fitness. As you can see, we're here at the gym right now. So if you're in Lawrence, I really recommend you come to Crunch Fitness. Huge thank you to them for letting us use their space. Let's get back to the episode. Mind if I walk you through some rapid fire questions, Cordeus?
Go ahead, boss.
We kind of hit this already. I think it's sushi. What's your go-to cheat meal?
Sushi.
Best chest exercise?
Flies.
Who's the GOAT of bodybuilding?
Ooh. Obviously, Arnold.
Okay.
But for men's physique guys, my top guys for men's physique: Brandon Hendrickson, Karan Holden, Andre Ferguson.
Okay. You have a challenge. You get $2 for every push-up you do, or $1 for every pound you bench. Which one would you do?
$2 for the push-ups.
You think you'd do more than that? Okay. You can take one supplement. What is it?
Creatine.
Best cardio in the gym?
Stairmaster.
Best genre of music in the gym?
Rap.
Caveat: best post-workout music? Still rap?
Silence.
Okay.
Silence.
Nothing. Staple pre-workout meal?
Oh. Peanut butter and jelly Thomas bagel.
All right. That's what we're going with. Is that in your meal plan?
It is in the off season.
All
Yes, right now it's not.
First thing you're eating after a bodybuilding show, I think we said sushi,
Yep.
right? Dream workout. So what are you hitting? Which gym are you lifting at, and who are you lifting with?
Man, dream gym. I've never been there, but I think the Alpha Land, I would like to go visit one day.
In Texas somewhere,
In Texas. Right? I think I would like to go visit one day. Obviously, either chest or back. Those are the two favorite lifts. And I'm probably, if I'm being honest, I'm probably lifting alone.
Wow. That's actually not a hot take. I think, yeah, I don't see you in there like with a gym partner very often.
No,
But.
I don't have. It's not that I don't want a gym partner. It's just when I'm locked in, I'm locked in.
Yeah.
I don't.
You don't want to coordinate around.
It's not. I don't like to conversate while I'm lifting. Obviously, there's you got to talk to some people. Come ask you questions, so you got to say something. You want to be rude, but I just like to get my workout in and zone in, and because I'm still, like I said, I got a job. I'm a father, husband.
Yep.
I got to get in, and I got to get out of here.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think probably
unless
probably
somebody pesters you to film a whole
Unless
podcast mid workout.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right. Well, if you were to go pro in any other sport, what would it be?
Basketball.
Basketball.
Yeah.
Figured when you said you played that. That's funny. All right. Well, that concludes my rapid fire questions.
Cool.
So,
Cool.
Good. Thanks for the answer. I guess just moving on here. A lot of people want to go to the gym. They want to eat healthy, but they don't want to probably do it to like a bodybuilder extent.
Right.
What advice would you have for them, somebody who's just getting started, kind of just trying to get in the gym and just get a little healthy and just be semi-conscious about that?
Come with a plan. Focus on you. Don't worry about anybody else. It's in the gym because everybody else is at a different pace. Everybody's going through their own different thing. Worry about you. If you have, there's no stupid questions when you come in the gym. Maybe you don't know what to do. Ask somebody who may know what's going on. If when it comes to the gym, nutrition-wise, find you a coach or that knows the nutrition side that can get you on the right path. I highly recommend getting a coach to get you on the right path. Just don't hire any coach though. Some coaches don't really care. They just want your money. And then once you find yourself, do some research. And once you find yourself a good coach, stick to the plan. Stick to the plan. Stick to the plan. Stick to the plan. I know it's some days it's like I said, it's hard. You don't want to be in here, but you have if you have a goal you want for yourself, you got to stick with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On that note, like sticking to the plan, when you were, for example, when you were working to get your pro card, what do you think you got more out of the day that you got your pro card and that you were celebrating your victory, or the process that it took to get there?
The process. I think I remember why I started and how it made me feel once I got that card. Like this was worth it. It's worth it. Yeah, it's been obviously bodybuilding is not something I said I wanted to do. I had no desire to doing it, but once you started getting into it, and then even my coach is like, man, this may be something you want to pursue, you might want to do for a little bit, and so I think I just kind of fell in love with it. Yeah.
Seaboom has a quote. He says, "At the end of the day, you may just find that the trophies and money were never the prize you wanted, but rather the journey and the mentality you built along the way was everything you ever needed."
For sure.
So that kind of echoes your answer too.
For sure. It's definitely. I have a new appreciation for discipline. I know that if I put my mind to it, if anybody puts their mind to anything, you can. If you want it bad enough, you'll get it done.
Yeah,
you'll get it done.
Okay. You mentioned creatine was your go-to supplement. Is that
it's a staple.
The first one that you took? You've been on it for the whole time you've been bodybuilding. Wow.
Yep.
What's the process of that like? Doesn't it just retain more nutrients in your cells, or I guess it's
a building block for muscle.
Okay.
Muscle building.
So at any level, you'd recommend somebody get on
any level.
Monohydrate.
Creatine monohydrate. Yep.
Okay.
I'm not sure how. I'm assuming like I would just do your research on it. I'm not sure how young.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not just anybody.
Not just anybody.
Yeah.
It's like I want my elementary kids to start thinking it right now. So
put in there. Lunchbox.
Maybe high schoolish.
Yeah.
It used to be big in high school.
Really?
When it was first coming out when I was younger in high school, but you had to preload it. Like you had to take a whole bunch of it at one time.
Okay.
And then taper off of it or whatnot. And now, it's been refined. So, So now it's just 5 milligrams a day, which is nice. So.
Okay. Speaking of that, like lifting in high school, I feel like that's when I started lifting. That's when a lot of people started lifting. I feel like over the last 5 years, there's been like a gym trend. What do you think about that? And like the gym influencers and like everybody making these videos. Now you have Zoo Culture and Alpha Land and all these like crazy gyms.
I don't know how I feel about it.
You know, like,
it's definitely a positive. I think America, obviously we're just like the food that we eat and things like that. Processed foods that we eat and things like that are definitely bad for us. But eating healthy is expensive. It's expensive to eat healthy, it'd be nice if it was the other way around. You know, expensive processed food as opposed to expensive healthy food. I guess when it comes to the influencers, just know who you're following, know who knows what they're talking about. You just don't want to just follow anybody. The only influencer I follow is my coach.
Yeah. Oh,
that's
really?
That's the only
Okay.
guy. That's the only guy I'll listen to.
Okay. Okay.
There's nothing to say that there's nothing wrong with some other, other influencers. It's like, this is the one person that I've been with for so long that has gotten me to where I need to be, and I'll trust him any day of the week. So
that's good that you give a lot of credit to your coach, especially when you go through, like you go through all the hard work in the gym, but it's cool that you're still throw the credit at your coach.
Yeah, my coach is phenomenal. He's a good friend. I can reach out to him anytime I want to. It doesn't have to be about bodybuilding. It can be about life, what's going on with his family. He's a cancer survivor. It's just good to have somebody in your corner like that, and he doesn't have to, like I said, he doesn't have to worry about me. Just tell me what to do. I'll go do it. And then anybody who asks questions about me, I'll send them to him. Like, you need to go talk to this is the guy you need to talk to if you want to get to where you want to go. So my wife is on the plan now. My wife's mom's on the plan now.
Wow.
I've had numerous. I work at LMH in the surgery department.
Yep.
Got doctors on the plan now. It's just like, they see how long I've been doing this, and they want to know the process and what. So I just send them to my guy.
You mentioned that your coach has been through some hard stuff. You mentioned you have as well. What is having an outlet, like a healthy outlet, I guess? What does that mean to you? And how does that help you?
It means everything. This is one of the places where I can let it all out. Lifting the weights to take out all my frustrations on the weight. Think about life, where I'm going, where I've been through. And like I said, I have this at the end of the day. No matter what my day is, how stressful my day is, or what I got going on, as long as I get to come in here for like an hour and a half, 2 hours, and just like lift, it's just great.
That's
great for me. So I think anybody, but it just doesn't necessarily have to be the gym. You can go for a run, bike ride, whatever it is that you find that brings you peace and joy and happiness that clears your mind and keeps you healthy. I think you should do it.
Okay, yeah. Wrapping up here, you've mentioned your family's super close to you, your kids. If you could give your kids one piece of advice to live by the rest of their life, what would it be?
Do what makes you happy, and whatever choices you make, stand by your choices. Be humble, have discipline, and you're going to get judged either way. There's always a positive and a negative. No matter what you do, somebody's going to hate you, somebody's going to love you. But just stay true to yourself, stay humble, and just keep pushing forward.
Cordeus Anderson, everybody.
I appreciate it.
Thank you so much. Appreciate your time, man.
This was fun, man.
Yeah, thank you so much, man.